Alright, it's recording. You gonna stay recording? That's 5 seconds of recording. Alright, I'm certain it's don't stay recording. Alright. Hey everybody, this is Sinspeaks and welcome to another episode of Jumpchain Hero of Villains. What, 19.5? 18.5?
Yeah, somewhere around that.
Somewhere around that.
Basically, everyone's been fucked up.
Yep. So I clicked the key on my keyboard in order to click play, and it decided to give me a 0-second long video for half an hour of talking. Thanks, computer. Now, I am almost 100%, 100% certain it's still recording with 50 some seconds at the moment. So we're doing a solo arc about Roasted at the moment, his last one. And he is
no more solo arcs. No more. I'm done. Unless we get to a very, very story-driven story.
So a little bit messy, but he was, I think, right about in there, of course. And then he decided
when I was flying over to my home.
He decided to take a little trip over to his home in order to pay his regards to pay his respects to his family. Yeah, his family. Like, so he's finally over there inside this small little corner of the map and such, small little section. And I believe we made it nighttime. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we did. So yeah, I just walk up there, and last time, I just look around everywhere, and just think nothing's changed.
Yeah, the air is super still. Everything around you is calm, quiet. Even the trees don't seem to be moving.
I wish we could have been friends, Ruby. Like I said, it's too late. He opens the door, and he just sees everything inside.
As you look inside, you notice that a lot of it seems to be almost exactly the same as it was the last time you were here. Some dust on some bookshelves have been a little bit moved around a little bit. A few of your books are out of order. You make sure to alphabetize most of your stuff, so them being out of order is a little bit strange. And there's a few things placed around which really shouldn't be there, but nothing too out of the ordinary.
Oh, look at that!
God damn.
I find a picture. It was with me with my family. I take it.
Yeah. Besides that, nothing else seems to be particularly of note in here for the most part. Just some old memories.
I just go around and just look around.
As you're looking around, you very faintly see a tinge of blue hair in one of the trees.
I know you're there. Come on out. There's no use hiding.
You hear a small chuckle at the character. Obviously, y'all, this is not the exact character model, but best one we have at the moment. Neptune, or in this case,
we did
Travis.
Frank.
Frank, yeah. Frank.
Yeah, Frank. I just called him Frank.
As he jumps down and looks at you. Well, Frank, Mr. Midnight.
Been a while. You've been busy, I see.
Not as busy as you, I've heard as of late. Your name isn't quite in the news, but your handiwork is one to be known.
And how would you recognize my handiwork? After all, you leave more trails than I do.
Been in the business for more years than we can count, my friend. I know your signature better than most.
So what are you doing here? I only came to pay respects. And just to gather a few last items before I'm leaving this place.
He looks at the graves. I come here every now and again, check up on things, make sure everything is as is. Make sure no one has accidentally vandalized this area and such.
Well, I thank you for keeping it that way. This is the last place I want to be destroyed at all.
It is a very nice place. very quiet, very out of the area.
I prefer to be away from civilization. After all, society is sometimes garbage.
I can imagine.
But that leads me to the question. You weren't here just to keep an eye on this place, weren't you?
No. We're both thieves, and that has never changed, now have it? When somebody's got a price on their heads, what is the rule of thieves?
Money, of course.
Turn them
But
in,
tell me,
turn a profit.
But tell me, how much is the bounty?
Ooh, several hundred thousands of lien for anyone who can find the man who burned down Vale.
But record says it was a man in the mask.
Aye, but it's also your height, your stature. Not many have gotten good witness of you, but a lot of them have gotten your cloak and things like that. I think it'd be fairly easy to keep you as the subject of interest.
Oh, jeez. I just almost rolled in a 17.
I know, it's like
He pulls
almost there.
He pulls out his cigar and just lights it. You're not the first person who tried to kill me or try to take me in, and you won't be the last. But I have a mission. Does he say my real name now?
Let's see.
Midnight Dahlia?
Yes. So, that's how it's gonna be, eh, Midnight Dahlia?
He looks at him with an angry expression. That is no longer my name. I abandoned that name when he died. Midnight Dahlia is dead. Shade remains now.
So you say, my friend. Now, we have been friends for many, many years. So I'll give you one chance. Offer it up peacefully. Come with me. I'll get the bounty. You can probably escape, and we won't ever have to see each other again. How about that?
I wish it could have been that way, but my mind's made up. He pulls out his shotgun, getting ready. I'm sorry, old friend, but I thank you for everything you've taught me.
He nods to you. It was a pleasure teaching you. Now then, show me how good you are.
Down to business, old friend.
Business is what makes the world turn. Nice. Almost got one there.
Yeah, I almost did.
So he rushes forwards with his, what weapon would he have? Club? Claymore? Axe?
Probably assault rifle sword kind of thing.
I know, that works. So he rushes forward with his assault rifle sword and slams it against your shotgun, wavering you off, of course, making you shoot against the house. He purposely aimed it away from the graves as well, you've noticed. When he hit you, because he almost hit you into the graves, but he angled his sword. I think he like butts you in the face with the bottom of his sword, slamming you against the wall. Come on, old friend. Is that the best you got?
You have to say more. Ooh.
Oh boy, that's the complete opposite of what happened last time. Oh boy.
But does she save him?
What?
But does she save him?
That is a good question. Wow.
Nope. Double what?
Not as
So
bad
I
as
just
Ron
think-
getting a triple 20 back-to-back last episode.
Wait, he did get that?
Yep, he got triple 20 back-to-back.
Wow.
He got
That's
7
been
20s in that episode. That's episode 20 of RWBY, by the way, for anybody who's watching. Woof.
Oh boy. So
Weird
basically, I just use my shotgun and basically fire at his legs completely.
Oh. You hear a piercing scream as both of his legs, do they come off or just brutally injured? They're brutally injured as he slams against the ground, like a blood-curdling scream coming out of him. You also hear a wish right next to you as RWBY flies over where he used to be, right next to him. barely missing him as he fell to the ground. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm here. Whoop. Sir. Sir.
I think I knocked him out. Oh
Uh,
well, I kind of
well,
wanted him to live anyway.
his legs, that's, his legs are, that's bad. I don't think a cookie can fix this.
Not this time, Ruby. Though I am surprised you made it over here so fast. I guess you were in Mistral.
Yeah, we've been here for a while, thanks to your, message. We're here, you weren't really here, though. We found out recently. Yeah. Yang kind of split up a little bit ago, trying to see where you guys were, but, yeah, you weren't here. We were expecting you to be here, you know? That was weird. Yeah. We met Mr. Lionheart, though.
It's called trickery.
Yeah, probably should have expected it.
Well, I was half right. I was going to Mistral, but I never told you when.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I should have asked. You know, should have asked when. That's probably that's the detail.
So I guess you heard everything.
Yep, I was here hoping you wouldn't kill him. She like leans down and starts like moving him around. He's not dead, but he is so not okay.
He'll live. After all, he taught me many things.
Well, it was one of those weird to hit the most important but non-vital organs? I don't think
the
like
legs and
organs.
someone will get knocked down.
Ah, interesting.
At least I didn't go for the kill. Besides, I don't like killing old friends of mine.
She slowly wraps up his legs in bandages, causing the bleeding to slow down a little bit before she stands up again. Well,
He walks over to the graves.
well, that just means that you aren't dead yet.
I only came here to obtain a few things. And after that, I'm not coming back here probably for a long time.
This man called you Midnight Thalia.
That was my previous name. That was my previous name before everything happened. Before the White Fang took everything from me. Dahlia is dead. Shade is the only thing that remains now.
Well, you haven't killed your best friend, and you haven't destroyed any of the graves, and you came back here for sentimental reasons. I don't think that Mr. Thalia is quite dead yet. I think he's still kicking and screaming.
Is he? Or is he just replaced by a shadow that's already lost everything?
She walks
I
over
only
to you
came
and puts her hand on your shoulder. I think he's hurt.
He'll live.
I wasn't talking about you.
You're talking about me then.
Yes. Midnight Thalia. I think when all this happened, she kind of gestures vaguely towards the graves. I think a part of you didn't die. Fled. Hid. Tried to keep itself okay. I think you're hurt.
I've always been in pain. But that can't change now. Everything's already happened. Like I said, I wish we could have been friends earlier. Maybe you could have saved my family, maybe you could have saved me, but Ruby, it's too late for me now.
She pulls out a cookie and hands it to you. Nothing is ever too late to be fixed. Even those who are broken, those who have fallen, even those who have passed away. If we keep them in our minds and we keep them in our hearts and we strive to make the world a better place, they will be happy and they will be fixed.
We could have been, but like I said, he looks at the picture one last time. I really wish I could have saved him that day. But I already have a new master. One who has saved me from a little bit of the pain already. but this world is rotten to the core. Even if you could save it, RWBY, you can't save it completely. I wish the world could have been better, but I will enforce my will on this world and change it by force if I have to.
He looks at the picture from a moment before looking up at the sky. Would that really be a better world?
Who knows? All I
No
can
one
do
knows.
now is just move forward.
No one knows what a better world will be or what a worse one will be. Do you know why I want to be a huntress, Mr. Dahlia?
That name's dead, but what is it?
The reason I want to be a huntress is because I want to save those who cannot save themselves. When I was a kid, I don't remember this very well. My Uncle Crow has told me many, many, many stories of it. My sister Yang was trying to find her mother a long time ago. Carried me around in a wheelbarrow of sorts, one of those carts. And she carried me for days, weeks at one point, trying to find my mother. Got the barest hint of possibility of where her mother went, and she dragged me along with her. It took her 4 days, 4 nights. And by the time she got there, damn near fell to the ground from exhaustion. But there was no signs of her mother. The only thing that was there, though, was some timber wolves. Some timber wolves, and then there were some bear wolves. Yeah, there's some bear wolves. Growling.
Yeah, Timberwolves were not in the right MLP canon.
Yeah, no. Some bear wolves. Growling, snarling, red eyes piercing the glow. The only thing I remember from then, seeing those red eyes staring at me. My sister couldn't even stand up to fight. So my Uncle Crow saved her.
Well, I'm
No.
glad you had family to pick you up.
I almost didn't. And my sister almost didn't survive. Same happened at the Bio Festival, when Yang lost her arm. She could have died from that very, very easily. 2 more inches to the left, and he would have cut through her heart. And she would have died instantly.
I wish I could have killed Adam myself. He's nothing more than a fool.
There are some people that you just cannot fight, that you cannot protect against. There are some people, like Salem, for example, who are so powerful, so evil, that the world itself will crumble before them. And that is why I'm a huntress. Is because the rest of the world... She looks at the small grave on the right. The ones that cannot protect themselves from those that seek to do harm to them. She looks at you in the eyes. They cannot do anything. All they can do is sit back, watch, and scream. But I can do something about it. And even if I can't save everyone, I can at least save some people. And it may just be something I do randomly. I could kill Beowulf 2 inches in front of another person directly before they die. And to me, that's just normal everyday occurrence. She splits the cookie in half and eats some of it while handing the other half to you. But to those people, that's their entire world. They just saw their entire lives flash before their eyes. And they're not dead. They live 1 more day, 1 more year, 10 more years, maybe until natural causes kills them. But that moment in time made them happier, if only by a little. That's why I'm a huntress.
I respect your bravery and I respect your decision. But like I said before, RWBY, and I've said it too many times, Midnight Dahlia, while he may still be there, he's mostly been overtaken by the rage I am now. The shade only exists. But I do have to wonder, where did you hear the name Salem from? You didn't hear it from me.
I heard it from Osmond.
So he is still alive.
Aye. He came back recently, in another body of sorts, but definitely still him. But this came.
Well, I thank you for what you've told me. Let me see. He uses that 11 to throw a potion at Frank. That'll heal him.
She puts a hand on your shoulder again while staring at the graves. You said you wished we had become friends. But the thing is,
Like I said,
that night, we are friends. Even if we're on
Maybe.
opposite sides, even if we end up killing each other, even if we never see each other again, we are friends.
But I have to ask you two things. Have you learned to use your eyes yet?
Not fully. I'm still learning. I have a teacher now.
That's good. I'm glad you're learning. But I am going to be in Mistral for a little bit longer. I'm leaving this place, but I'm going somewhere else. Not to the city, though, mind you. I'm going to the volcano.
Cheers, your eyebrow. That's a deadly spot. You plan on jumping in? Because that would be really anticlimactic, you know? It'd be kind of bad for you just jump into a volcano and I'm like, oh no! And then you're like, oh yeah!
No.
I'm like, no.
No. There's
Okay.
one last thing there. Before humanity came along, before everything happened, there were those who wielded the power of the eyes of yours, and pendant wielders like myself. We two might be the last ones. There might be other silver-eyed warriors out there, but I'm the last pendant wielder. And I'm going to that, for inside the volcano lies ruins. Knowledge of old.
Interesting. Sounds really cool.
So you do what you wish. I'm moving along. That potion will heal him right up. But it's your choice. You decide whether you want to do. After all, as human beings and even as faunas, we make that choice ourselves.
I'll bring him to the authorities. Now I'm going to join you. Be interesting
We'll
to see where
see.
you go. She
We'll
quickly
see.
disappears after that.
So Ozpin's still alive. Salem's not gonna like this.
After a few, I would say hours of traveling or so, you finally get over to the massive volcano, which is quite a bit larger, scarier, and hotter than it looked like from a distance. Very pretty though.
Is my puppet going off?
Your puppet is currently more or less active against you.
Puppet, don't make Salem come here, but tell her that Ozpin has a new body already.
It nods to you.
I'm curious what Salem's reaction is gonna be to that.
After a few moments, the puppet shakes violently like it was just slapped.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It's probably not a good time to contact Salem, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to contact her, but she seems in a particularly angry mood.
Does Miss Salem, though, want to talk?
She does not.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is very
She's pissed.
But yeah. So you see this stunning sight before you, which is ever hotter, as you hear a familiar voice behind you. Ah, I see you came out here too.
This time I didn't trick you. Wait a minute. Oh. Well. I thought I was expecting Ruby.
Miss Rose will be here sometime soon. I gave her a little bit of a misdirection earlier, so it's gonna take her a little bit longer to get over here.
There's two Ozpins, one's up there.
Oh, whoops.
Look, it's Godzilla pin.
It's Godzilla! If I could Like over there.
Oh boy.
Zoom out. Thanks. Thanks for
Okay.
playing. There you
It's Oscar.
go.
We're just using Ozpin right now.
Yep. As he
Well.
looks over you.
I guess Ruby told you everything about me, huh?
Hmm. You are a interesting person.
I wouldn't say interesting. I'm just a harbinger. That's what I've always been now.
Hmm. What are your plans?
I might as well tell you the truth about who I am, and I know Ruby's coming soon. And I might as well tell, since I've already told your ex-wife, and the puppet shudders violently right now.
Oh yeah. Did not like that sentence.
Sorry, Miss Salem, he says to the puppet. Anyway, I might as well tell you the truth about who I really, really am. I'm not from this world, Ozpin, or Ozma, whichever you prefer. I guess you could say I'm a dimension traveler.
Interesting.
We were chosen by a deity that's, no offense, far beyond the gods of light, god of light and the god of darkness of this world. We were chosen to basically cause as much chaos as we could.
Mm-hmm.
In the process, we will become basically gods ourselves. But when I have my goals, I will have my true world of peace. For that is what I truly desire. Not a world filled with hate. For I know anger is a part of emotion, but I wish to eliminate hatred entirely. Because as long as hatred exists, there will never be true, at least somewhat, some peace.
So you wish to take away joy?
No. I don't wish to take away joy.
Choice.
For happiness. Choice.
Hmm.
Just the choice to be hateful. But at the same time, I will give people emotions. They will be free to live as they see fit. But if I see the slight hint, the more, like, let's say a world was more than 70% full of hatred, I would destroy it and reset again. For I am tired of seeing war and war and war. No matter how much times you fix it, it will still come back because of human nature. I told Ruby I wish we could have been friends, but fate, it seems, has a different hand for me. Oh well.
Miss Rose does still view you as a friend for some reason.
I'm surprised she does, but I will give you this. Oh, Miss Rose.
You see her just kind of standing there with a quizzical look. Osmond, I thought you said that it was like another way. How did you get here faster than me? You told me that was the fast
He
route.
misdirected you.
Oh.
But I will
That's
give you
hot.
two. But before we go in, I might as well tell you two truths. This is not the only remnant. Do you know what that means?
That there are other remnants in which I am a fluffy bunny?
Probably. But there are many
Interesting.
millions of remnants of worlds. This one, however, I will say, is far beyond the point of saving. I wish it could have been different, but the world that, what was his name that you guys met, you husband met? What was his name? Mako and Walrus? What was his name?
Mako and Buck.
Yes. They are hero jumpers, and on their world, well, it's probably already saved. They've probably already saved Remnant by now. And you're living a happy life. Salem's destroyed. Well done. Congratulations. Would you like some tea?
He gives you a grin as he raises up his coffee, which you notice is now boiling from the just general heat around everything. You probably also put it on one of the rocks, which is also smoldering hot. I have my coffee, thank
This
you.
one? I prefer tea, but yes. In their world, they probably already saved it. They've saved RWBY, they've saved the world, they destroyed Salem, they just stopped Cinder. Yay! But this world, thanks to Wes, it's pretty much already gone.
Well, as we always say, if there's even a slightest chance of hope, we need to keep going.
Though, I will say this, and I know Salem's listening on everything. I might as well speak my true mind. You abandoned her when she needed you the most. You could have helped her. But you decided to run away with the kids, didn't you? Isn't that right?
She had decided that she wanted to rule over the world. And that was not something that my morals could agree with. Nor could I let our children be around a woman who could only see power and control.
She loved those children, you know it. While she may have had those ideals, she did love them.
But she controlled them. She controlled everything.
Uh-oh. My puppet is shuddering violently.
Very angry at the moment.
I know. Anyway, since I know there's nothing of value to take here, it's just knowledge. This is the last ruins. The last ruins of the old, before our time ever existed.
He nods as he looks over the area. Aye. It's one of the greatest ancient pieces of knowledge that we can have. And it's soon to be buried from that lava.
That's because you don't have a pendant wielder like me. He raises his pendant to the sky.
As you raise up your pendant, the earth seems to violently shake around you as the lava seems to be held in place for a moment. Most of it seemed to diverge around a centerpiece, which seems to be slowly rising out of the ground as the what's it called? The
the ruins.
Temple, thank you. Yeah, the ruins slowly pops out of the ground, lava surrounding it as if it was a moat.
Behold, the old knowledge of old.
Impressively done.
You can take as much as you wish, but these are old ruins. They only tell history and many other things. But I'm here for one thing. Knowledge of old.
Knowledge is something that is prized beyond anything else. Something we've based our entire foundation on.
But now, since you all two will get a glimpse of one of the old last ruins, since the ruins of power are no longer inactive and the ruins of ancient artifacts are destroyed, thanks to the White Fang.
Interesting. They both follow you as you go in. For the most part, the area seems to be like the other ones they've gone into, large areas full of markings and whatnot, runes and the like, while the surrounding area is full of just books for the most part. Although it is probably over 120 degrees Fahrenheit for the surrounding temperature of the area, the books seem to be relatively unharmed. But there are many books just scattered around the areas. There's paintings of sorts on the walls, like caveman paintings of sorts. There's ancient stories just all relating around the entire area for the most part.
Behold, the lost knowledge of old, before your and Salem's time ever came into existence, when light fought the dark.
Fascinating. He's like walking around the area.
Ancient faunus. Did you know how the faunus ever came into existence?
I always figured it was a evolutionary fluke.
It was. But it was the god of darkness who did it.
Hmm.
The god of darkness wanted to create a new type of creature. Ever since the god of light created, well, both the god of light and the god of dark created humans.
Mhm.
But the faunus were something of the god of dark. It was an experiment. And in the result, he created the faunus, and the god of light didn't like that. And so wielded the ones who wielded. He points to Ruby, silver eyes.
Ruby is currently fiddling around with books, which almost seem to be
Are they readable?
nearly coming apart in her hands before she quickly puts it back on the shelf. I didn't touch that.
This place is old. There's no wonder that book didn't fall apart. Some of them could. I did pick one book up when I was back at the Ruins of Power. It was from an ancient scientist years ago. But this place has had its days, and after being locked inside of lava, I can't really imagine.
The paintings on the wall seems to be in pretty pristine shape, mostly because it's the walls for the most part as Osmond walks around to them. An ancient battle once broke out around this land. Fascinating.
There is one battleground I wish I could have visited. It's a place where the pendant wielders and the silver-eyed warriors died, and heck, their corpses still remain there. Even grim bodies. Usually grim bodies disappear into dust, but not this land. It was an ancient weapon that pretty much stopped time. Just we could have seen it.
That sounds like a very fascinating story. I would imagine it'd be somewhere around here would be that special land, but considering how many eons have passed.
It's far out in the dark. It's far out, well, just say it's on an island. It was a battleground, but no one really goes to that island since it's safe.
Fascinating. So much knowledge contained in this area that we cannot even fathom. The old and the young.
He puts his hand up to the crystal and asks it before they get a chance to talk to him. Where he puts his hand up to the crystal, since it is like a knowledge kind of crystal. Yeah. Where is the grim dragon?
The crystal seems to shake under your will. Wow.
Oh.
And it shows you in your head, almost in pristine detail, where the dragon is, which is we're just next to Vale, and it's basically sleeping inside of the mountain. Well, not quite sleeping, more like almost frozen per se, kind of just like in limbo almost.
Thank you. He starts walking back. Sorry.
Miss Rose, if you could put down the bookshelf before it, and you hear a crashing sound as the bookshelf falls on top of her. Falls on top of you.
Rose, you need to watch
I'm okay.
You need to watch it. Let me see if he can pull a book off the shelf and see if he can do it.
I'm okay.
Nope.
As you grab one of the books and you pull backwards, the book tears itself apart almost perfectly before turning to dust in your hand. Kind of cool that looks.
Not surprised. Oh well. But
Okay.
you guys can explore this ancient ruins if you wish. There's just many stories here mostly. The stories of old can be passed down from legend to even fiction.
Yeah, some of these books are things that even my first life only heard stories of.
Well, they're yours to learn if you wish.
He nods to you. Thank you. Mr. Shade.
Though, but there's one thing I already collected. I already have what I wanted anyway. Let's see if I can grab another book. Okay, he grabs at least one.
You do manage to grab a book next to where Ruby had broken his bookcase. This book does not fall apart in your hands, shockingly. It's made out of a little bit tougher material than the other books seem to have been made out of.
Anyway, I don't know what you all are gonna do, so you know, if you want to ask me any questions, now's the time before, well, everything starts coming down.
Ruby walks up to you with a very serious look on her face as she puts her hands on your shoulders. Do you want a cookie?
I'll take one cookie, okay? Would that make
Yay!
you happy?
She hands you a cookie.
Fine. He eats it.
Like childlike, wonder and happiness all over her face as she's like, "Ooh, he ate a cookie." Yeah.
What the? I rolled a fucking 16!
Roll 20 is having a day. I ate a cookie. Yeah. Wow.
Or 6. Whatever.
4, 4, 6, 4.
Anyway.
Ate the cookie. Oops.
Anyway, Ozpin or Ozma, since I know everything is going to happen, is there any questions you wish to ask me?
Not that I can think of at the moment. Unless you would like to say when exactly you're going to be destroying our next continent.
We'll see. But I will give you a challenge. I will give you a little bit of a hint. I want you to prepare everything for Mistral.
I will do so.
Very well. After all, I'd like to see how this conflict plays out. We're all chess pieces on the board, and the final board is being prepared. Although, let me see, is the thing... Oh, the puppet's shuddering violently. Does Salem want to talk now?
Yeah, the puppet jumps off your leg to a rather violent degree as well as it starts to show out. Yeah.
Sorry about this, Ozpin, but she wants to talk with both of you.
Whew. Took me a while to get through your puppet. That thing was angry with me.
Well, you were more pissed off than the puppet was.
Yes, apparently when you throw the puppet through multiple windows and floors and walls, it doesn't respond well to your commands. Who knew?
Miss Ruby, meet Miss Salem.
Ruby is like almost in like full panic mode, like walking backwards. Her gun is fully drawn.
Believe me, this ain't the real Miss Salem. She's a projection.
Ozpin moves his cane over in front of Ruby, which calms down a little bit. Salem. It has been a very long time. Salem looks, pissed would be the appropriate descriptor, but like she wants to choke the life out of everything in the nearby 50-mile radius would be another thing. She's like, Ozma.
Yes, Miss Salem, he has a new body.
Yes. He looks like a child now. Unfortunately, that does not seem like it'd be very useful against our forces. Could have picked an older body, couldn't you, Ozma? He shakes his head softly. Yes, like you could have picked a worse body for yourself. Oh wait, you can't. Haha. It's like being a bickering battle at the moment, like two old maids.
It's kind of funny. From here, from the perspective, both to me and Salem, and to you, Ozma and Rose. Guardians of Darkness and Guardians of Light. How funny.
Aye. It's very interesting how we shall get along. Now then, Miss Rose, I believe we have a party to plan.
I told her to be ready, and I told Ozma to prepare Mistral, because I want to see how this thing plays out.
One last battle, to see which one goes down further. You shall fight, my dear, again. She looks very angry, but seems to be just standing there for the most part, watching them.
I will tell you this, Miss Rose. I want you to come at me with everything you've got. Do not hold back.
One last battle to sell everything. I don't think I can hold back.
And I will say this. I guess in a way we are friends in that way.
I told you.
Oh, yeah.
The husband nods at you before he walks in front of RWBY and starts walking out the exit. We shall see
Take
you
care of
again,
yourself.
Midnight.
Take care of yourself, you two.
No.
And may the best player win.
You too. Before they both disappear quite quickly. You notice that Salem looks like she's fuming at the moment.
You okay, Salem?
Seeing him again brings back memories that are better to be burned at the stake.
I really wish he could have been. Well, I don't like bringing it up, but I really wish he could have stayed with you and hopefully he could have fixed everything, but oh well. It's kind of like the situation between me and Emily. I wish I could have helped them, but I failed them.
There are some things that one can do to help, and at times there is nothing you can possibly do. As I said before, Midnight Shade, I am your salvation. I am the one that can help you and bring you to the future, and everything that you can do can be led through me. You will survive this battle. You will avenge your family. More importantly, you will seek and find the world that you deserve.
I do have something though. The last thing.
Hmm.
I know you don't want to be resurrected, Miss Salem, do you?
No.
And that's understandable. Though I will create the perfect world. I hope I do. And even if I have to search a lifetime, I will search many worlds and hell, many dimensions, and see if I can find the perfect world. Who knows? Maybe it's a fool's journey, but it's my journey to take.
Every journey begins with a single step, and some journeys end with 1,000 steps taken. Others take 1,000,000, and sometimes it only takes one.
I wish I could take a portion of everyone's soul and make it better. Oh well.
Well, maybe one day. I will control this world and make it into one that will be the happiest that the world has ever seen, all under my control.
We'll see.
And then I can die.
Only time will tell. Anyway, the battle is getting ready, and I gotta go to Vacuo one last time.
I wish you luck. She disappeared.
Goodbye, ancestors. I'll keep the pendant with me forever. He walks out.
World map. Alright, so that is about the end of that. Thank you for joining me. So that was a lot of fun.
I almost did cry again.
Alright, well hopefully the viewers enjoyed that as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing that. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, do post it below. I always get to it on my Purgatory Corner Weekly on Plebeian Productions. And go check out the videos for the heroes as well. We should be producing the last episode of RWBY Jumpchain Villains and Heroes on the 15th of December this month. So hopefully you guys really enjoy this stuff, and we'll see you guys when we see you guys. Auf Wiedersehen.
No more solo episodes anymore.
Indeed.